Sonny who? Frankly, I'm surprised we lasted as long as we did. His artistic intellect was just so much lower than mine. It was like I was creating Mozart masterpieces while he was stuck making nursery rhymes. I was a Picasso palette, and he was a Crayola 64. Honestly, it was just a matter of time before I went solo.
You gotta remember, Sonny was the one writing all the music, and Jefferson wrote the lyrics. Once they split up, they were never gonna be as big as they were without the other.
This is one of my latest artistic works. There's a lot of meaning behind it, so I'll try and explain it in terms you can understand. In here we got 9 suns, right? But none of them are shining. It's not very sunny, is it? But depending on what color sunglasses you have on, you can see a different color sun. Blue, 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 blue. But then we also have some red that could symbolize maybe you feel angry or upset. And then we have a green. That stands for greed, if you feel greedy, okay? Now, there's a lot of different interpretations one could have for this piece, but there is a correct one, and it's mine.
He was doing some new shit in the studio and I wasn't having any of it. It sounded like an alien orgy. It sounded like Wally got thrown in a fucking meat grinder, okay?
Listen to that sound.
I just couldn't take it anymore. I was in it for the people. And Jefferson was in it for himself. And I didn't want any part of that.
That record. Boy, was that record hit at the time.
It sounded pretty awful.
After he wrote Ketchup Fraud, we were true. I wrote Hey Jefferson as a response to that.
Hey Jefferson, if we can too. Hey Jefferson, you're not that cool. Hey Jefferson, you're not all that. Hey Jefferson, stupid hat.
After that video, Jefferson, he called me up and told me to douse myself in vinegar and burn in hell. I haven't talked to him since.
Once I escaped the clutches of that crusty cuttlefish, I could carefully concoct my own mastercrafts without crude compromise.
Jefferson had been making all sorts of artistic pieces, you know, once he was free from just making music. That's when he really started to go off the deep end. That's when he started making films, I think.
Those films sure were something.
Boy, if people saw those, let's just say they would look at Jefferson the same way.
Those films speak for themselves. They're masterpieces, simply masterpieces. The problem was, they were so artistically and intellectually advanced, I didn't think society was ready for them. I didn't think society could handle them. And if people weren't going to be able to appreciate my art, I wasn't going to release it.
They took one look at the budget, see that his films were a disaster. And that Paperboy fiasco, he was $1 million in the hole. He had the bank and the IRS at his door. I mean, for what? Because he never released the film. He never released it. Who makes a film and doesn't release it?
All that financial pressure really got to Jefferson. I think that's why he ran away.